First is resetting the economy for prosperity. In the first 120 days in office, we will hold a national economic dialogue to draw up a 4-year fiscal consolidation plan.
NDC launch manifesto no enne na manifesto no launch no it was central region the idea eda manifesto no so the people's manifesto resetting Ghana for jobs, accountability and prosperity way any idea so manifesto no na manifesto ni no nima pi wo ho so from scrubbing certain levies some feel say any rights like COVID-19 e-levy and tax bill here to creating the space for women na ombenya eye insiechi baby and alone edia ye adwuma Women's Development Bank no to say omoma tertiary level 100 no aye free ede ama eye ona area no to many other boshes omosheye anu ntina yenko tie boshe ni bia e free NDC ho ede buy.
We would rationalize taxes, abolishing among others the obnoxious e-levy, the COVID levy, and the 10% levy on bet winnings. We will review import duties and levies on vehicles and equipment meant for industrial and agricultural purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will rationalize port fees and charges and implement emergency measures to stabilize the city and the macroeconomic environment. Ladies and gentlemen, we will use the price stabilization and recovery levy to cushion consumers of petroleum products. We will investigate the MPP's opaque gold for oil deal. We will review the gold purchase program of the Bank of Ghana and will restore the licenses of wrongfully collapsed banks and financial institutions. We will increase indigenous participation in the banking and financial sector. And we will free the statutory funds, the GET Fund, NHIL, Road Fund, to be able to achieve their mandated objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, alleviating the current economic hardships. And one of our first programs is the no fee stress policy. There are many students who are unable to take up their places in tertiary educational institutions because they cannot afford to pay the academic user fees, the academic fees. And so we'll take that stress off them. For the first year, they will not be required to pay fees. And I assure the universities it will not affect their internal generated funds. We're going to give the money to the student's loan. The student loan will pay it to the universities as a grant. It will be paid as a grant, not as a loan. And aside from that, we're going to increase the subvention that goes to our public universities so that we can improve quality and learning in those universities. We will provide free tertiary education for all persons with disability. And we will provide free sanitary pads for girls in school. If you remember, Nana Jane started that policy with a World Bank facility, and they called that loan the PAD loan. Yes, we are proud of the PAD loan. It will allow our young girls who are going through their periods to be neat and hygienic and not to miss school, be able to go to school all year round. We will uncap the National Health Insurance Levy. Currently, there's a cap on the levy, and so a certain portion of the levy goes into the consolidated fund. And so the Health Insurance Authority is not able to pay the health facilities, reimburse them for the services that they provide. We will uncap the health insurance so that all the National Health Insurance Levy will go into the National Health Insurance Fund so that they can pay the hospitals for looking after our people. And of course, this is associated with it. We'll reprioritize the health sector by ensuring timely releases of payment to service providers. We established the Ghana Medical Care Trust, into brackets, somebody calls it Mahama Cares, to support persons with chronic diseases such as kidney failure, cancer, sickle cell, diabetes, hypertension, and other health-related diseases. We'll also introduce the community pharmacy concept, and that will encourage people to go to your local pharmacy and go have your blood pressure taken and your sugar checked, so that if you have diabetes or high blood pressure, we're able to know early so that you can get treatment and be able to survive. We'll implement free primary health care services. So if you go to a CHIPS compound or a health center, whether you have a national health insurance card or not, you will be treated for free. And so from the health center level down, polyclinic, health center, CHIPS compound, if you go, you'll be treated for free. From the district referral hospital upwards, you use your your national health insurance card and you receive treatment. We will expand health infrastructure to restore the automatic employment and timely deployment of health workers. And so we're not going to wait till elections are coming and announce that we've opened the recruitment portal. The recruitment portal will be open and will do continuous employment of health workers, doctors, and nurses. We need a first-class children's hospital in Ghana. The existing children's hospital has outlived its usefulness. And so we're going to construct a state-of-the-art 500-bed specialist children's hospital in Accra. And so children who have sicknesses that cannot be handled in other parts of the country will come to Accra. There will be specialist pediatricians there to give them the care they deserve. Of course, we'll construct a state-of-the-art, I've said that one. We'll also construct a fertility center. There are a lot of mothers who cannot have children just because there's something wrong with the reproductive system. It can be corrected, and they can have babies and enjoy the joy of motherhood. But currently, the prices that the private fertility hospitals charge are out of the range of most mothers. And so government will step in. We'll build a fertility center where mothers who want children can come for consultation, and they will be given the treatment so that they also can enjoy the joy of motherhood. I'll go quickly. We'll expand the facilities at the whole teaching hospital in order that it can provide specialist services and also be a quaternary hospital to serve the University of Health and Allied Sciences. In the whole of the OT corridor up to the northeastern part of the country, there's no trauma hospital. And so we'll build a trauma hospital there so that persons who are involved in accidents on the Eastern Corridor Road will have a place where they can be treated properly before they are transferred. We will establish modern dialysis centers in hospitals in regions that don't have them. Currently, most of Upper West, my own hometown, Bole, and other places, if you have a kidney ailment, the only place you can go for treatment is in Kumasi. And you have to go with your wife, your family, you have to find a place to stay. It is a burden. And so we want to make sure that every region has a modern dialysis center so that we can ease the burden on persons with kidney ailments. We will build modern hospitals in Boko, Yendi, and other underserved areas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 24-hour. This is the 24-hour economic clock. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. 1, 3, 3. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Obiabe Didi. Ezu. Extraordinary problems require extraordinary solutions for extraordinary results. And so businesses and public organizations will be encouraged to operate 24/7 in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. This will boost production, it will increase employment and provide well-paying jobs. It will transform Ghana into an import substitution and export-led country. It will increase employment opportunities and revenue, and it will enhance access to public services. We will focus on some selected public institutions that have huge customer traffic. For instance, the ports and harbors should be open 24/7. That means we have to employ more workers at the port, we have to employ more customs officers, more Gapoha workers, more forklift operators and all that. We need customs. Customs should work 24/7, 3 shifts, so that at any time your items come, customs at any time of the day is open for business. You can go and process your import things, papers, and take your things out of the port. We must have a passport office that is operating longer than 8 hours, so that people who need passports and other such documentation can have access to it. We must have a DVLA that is working more shifts than 1 shift, so that more people can get their licenses processed in a shorter time than the current waiting time. In the private sector, the sectors that we are looking to promote and encourage to run 24/7 and 3 shifts are first the agro-processing sector. That is those who will process our cassava into cassava starch, cassava flour, gari, and all that. There's a huge market in Africa for all these products and in other parts of the world. Manufacturing, that is industry. Manufacturing, that is industry. And so the textiles industry, the fruit juice making industry, all the industries, the iron and steel industry will be encouraged to run 24/7. The pharmaceutical sector, we want Ghana to be the pharmaceutical hub of the whole of Africa, so that we'll produce medicines here and export them to all other African countries. Construction sites, we want our construction companies to work 24/7 all year, all hours round, so that they can deliver our infrastructure faster than they currently do. Financial services, the same. Sanitation and garbage collection. It is better to collect garbage, bola, in the night, rather than collect the bola and be competing with cars in the daytime when we have rush hour traffic. Extractive industries, the mines, mining bauxite, mining gold, mining manganese, lithium, they must work 24/7, 3 shifts every day. Hospitality industry, our restaurants, our discotheques, our nightclubs, our hotels, 24/7, 24 hours a day, retail centers, all the malls. There's no reason why you should start. People can come in the night time and buy items, so they should work longer than 8 hours. Transportation services, there should be buses running 24 hours so that people who have to go to their jobs can be able to get a bus to go to their jobs. Security services, we need safety and security to be able to implement the 24-hour economy. And so we need more police officers, we need more soldiers, we need more prisons officers, more fire service officers, more customs, more immigration. Now the support package for 24-hour businesses is to stimulate demand for 24-hour economic goods and services. And this will be supported by strategic investments in infrastructure, in security, in energy. We'll have public and private security architecture, cheaper and reliable electricity, that is the time of use tariff. So in the night when we're not using much of the power and it's going to waste, we can supply it to the 24-hour economy enclave at cheaper rates than we currently charge. Tax incentives to companies that will sign up for the 24-hour economy. They'll be given tax incentives so they pay lower taxes so they can reinvest what they have saved back into increasing their production. We'll give them support from the Ghana Exim Bank, especially for the agro-processing and manufacturing sectors that are going to be exporting. We'll support SMEs operating capacity with catalytic investments to upgrade and generate jobs. The Accelerated Export Development Council. I'm going to chair that personally. We want to accelerate our exports. We're going to register more Ghanaian goods on the African Continental Free Trade Area so that we can export to other countries. And I'm going to chair that personally. And we'll meet every month and appraise where we are at in terms of encouraging Ghanaian businesses to export. This Accelerated Export Development Council will promote exports under the 24-hour economy. My running mate will talk more about this, so I will jump it. Women's Development Bank. It will give low interest loans, particularly to women's businesses. She'll talk more about it, so let's jump it. The National Apprenticeship Program will be for self-employment, and it will also help people who have come out of school at different levels who want to go and learn a skill, but their parents are unable to pay the masters for them to go and learn. The government, through the district assemblies, is going to register all master craftsmen. We're going to pay them and assign these young people to them so that they can learn a skill to go into the world of work. Next slide. Free technical and vocational training for young people. The time for grammar school education has passed. The time where you were judged by the long grammar you could speak has passed. We now need more technicians, more mechanics, more plumbers, more artisans. And so we're going to shift our focus from grammar school and build more technical and vocational educational schools so that our children who leave free SHS, who leave JHS and are able to continue, can go and train as apprentices and be graduated with certificates. We'll provide them with startup capital to be able to start their own small businesses. We'll also use NVTI to train and test them so that they can get their certificates to enter the world of work. We have what we call the Jumara program. And this is the entrepreneurial program. Nobody says you must finish school and become an employee. You can finish school and become an employer and employ employees. And so every year we want to target 10,000 youth entrepreneurs to set up their own businesses. We'll mentor them, we'll monitor them, we'll supervise them until they're able to stand on their own feet. And they will employ their colleagues instead of becoming employees. Business development. We exempt new and small businesses, that is small and medium enterprises, new and small businesses that are registered, and personal income tax of those businesses from the first 2 years after they are incorporated. So if you are a young person under this program and you set up your business, for 2 years you won't pay any corporate income tax. You start paying after 2 years. Because we want the business to be able to get a grounding and be able to stand on its feet before they start paying taxes. We review the Customs Amendment Act to scrap the ban on salvage vehicles. Not everybody can afford a new vehicle. And so their vehicles in good shape, they must have had a small accident. We have young people in the magazine who are repairing these vehicles. If we say we're banning these vehicles, we're throwing those young people out of work. And so we allow salvage vehicles to come in so that other people can buy vehicles at affordable rates. And if we do this, it will save the local automotive industry. And so the Swami magazine, the Kokompes, the Aboso Kines will continue to do their business even as we set up an automobile industry. We'll support the redevelopment of Kokompe, Aboso Kai, and all those magazines so that it creates a more congenial environment for people to come and do business. We'll implement a Made in Ghana agenda for the production and consumption of Made in Ghana.
When a Boshe Bia and any maybe a course, it was Central Region, Abra NDC, Omo Manifesto, no, Eddie, Ene. Na Sene Winimuno, 7 December, Wakotwaba. Now, Manya Lancho Manifesto, na MPP for Sa Lancho Modianity. May assure say, Robert Nassina will decide whom to vote for on the 7th of December this year. Na Bibi better from Beyonce, no, Imago Life in that Baba Somo. And want to know like share video, no, na. A comment was here, we share Mukroma from Amioda Macron.